Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have something new for you from the WLToys Skunk Works. This is the F939 Polecat. Now, a lot of people say, yeah, that's been out for quite a while, the F939. Well, yeah, it has, but this is the upgraded version. What the upgraded version does is they've included accelerometers and gyros within the flight control system to stabilize the aircraft. Now, if you look at this aircraft is a full 4-channel aircraft with ailerons, with rudder, with elevator. It has throttle control. You know, it's a real 4-channel aircraft. But if you look at it head on, you'll see that there is no dihedral on these wings. Self-stabilization of there was an original F939 that did not have gyros. Okay. That one was very hard to fly unless you were, intermediate or advanced intermediate, actually, to be able to fly it. WLToys looked over the Polecat and they said to themselves, hey, if we put stabilizers in there and gyros like you see on quadcopters, that would make it much more easier for beginners and intermediates to be able to fly this. And that's what they have included. Additionally, with this airplane, it is powered by a tiny little 130 milliamp hour battery. So I don't know about the flight time on this, how long it's going to be. One good thing though is that they give you 2 of those batteries to help keep you in the air. The channel or the controller that you get with this, let's go over it. It looks like your standard WLToys transmitter for aircraft. This one here is for adjusting the rates, the amount that the control surfaces are going to turn for beginner to expert. If you really want to do extreme acrobatics, you can with this by flipping at the high rates and doing flips and rolls. This button here turns the gyros on and off, but it leaves the accelerometers on for both. So it's totally not unstabilized when you switch the gyros off. The accelerometers stay on to provide some stabilization, mainly from wind gusts. And I'll try to demonstrate that here shortly when I turn the aircraft on. Additionally, we have throttle, we have yaw, we have pitch, and we have roll. And these trim buttons are actual trim buttons for each of those features. So let's fire this up and show you, first off, how the gyros work. So to start it up, you plug in the battery, and I will do such. And the battery is held in place by a little piece of Velcro that they give you, which is nice. Okay, plugging that battery in and sticking it in place. So then you put it on a relatively flat level surface and then start up your transmitter and wait until you hear the bind. And now we have, check our control surfaces and rudder and throttle. Okay, right now I am in position 1 of the gyros. What that does is, if we provide bank, watch, those gyros will only let you bank so far. They won't let you actually flip the aircraft over. They prevent it. Okay, let's do what would be a left bank. And as you turn, notice how the ailerons level out. Let's try that again. A right turn or a right bank, and notice the ailerons leveling out. So this is about the max bank that it lets you do in a turn. So that's with the gyros on. Then we turn the gyros off. That goes away. We can actually do a complete roll if we wish. The same way the other way. So that's with the gyros off. But notice that the accelerometers are still on. So if you get wind gusts that toss it, these automatically try to balance from wind gusts. So that's it in effect. Let's go for a flight. I'm putting the gyros back on, and we're going to try to take off from the ground. Okay, again, I have the gyros turned on. Let me double check. It's okay, position 1. We are in beginner rate. That's expert, beginner, expert. And let's go for a flight. Taking off from the ground. Ooh, did not like that. Let's try that again. You have to give it some upward pull to get it into the air. But this is with the gyros on. It's actually very easy to fly, folks. I'm giving a full right bank, and that's all it's doing. It doesn't let you go any further than that. How about full left bank? Look, folks, It won't let you go any further. So again, this is a great beginner's airplane. It actually is very easy to fly. Actually, I kind of like this. That's amazing. So neat. And I think this one's inexpensive. Here, I'm pulling back real hard on the, I'm trying everything to try to stall it. It doesn't want to. Okay, I'm going to go into position 2, folks. Now we can go. Okay, I was getting a little squirrely there. I'm going to, since I am a relatively intermediate pilot, I'd say, I am going to keep it in position 1 just to show you this up close for the remainder of this battery. I got the second battery in my pocket. We'll play with the second battery a little later, but look at this thing. This is the upgraded version now. Again, the original F939 could not do this. This is with accelerometers on, and I think that's the battery. Yeah, hear that? It lets you know when the battery's low. Okay, I got the second battery inserted. It's held in place by Velcro, by the way. Putting the quadcopter on a flat level, or relatively flat level surface, and binding it to the transmitter. Okay, and there's control sticks all center. This time I'm going to hand launch it. See how the hand launch goes with this. Am I still in mode 1? Yeah, I am. Turning with the rudder now. Rudder only. Let's see this thing balance itself with the rudder only. Okay, using the ailerons now. This is neat, folks. It's stalling here. Don't go too slow or you'll stall. You got to keep some speed up on it because it gets squirrely when it stalls. About half throttle. Oh, that battery's getting low again. So the battery doesn't last very long. I'm going to fly it until there's no battery. I was going to do stunts on it, but that's enough. Well, there we go. That's the battery. That second one, I did not fully charge. I'll have to admit that. So that's the flights, 2 flights of the F939. That's the beeper on it. It is actually pretty neat. Pretty easy to fly, really. Well, that's the flight of the Polecat with automatic stabilization. It actually is pretty neat. Very easy and beginner rate for even a beginner to fly. You're not going to want a windy day, though. This is not a windy day flyer by any means because it's so lightweight. But look how those ailerons automatically correct when you if it gets knocked into a bank. See, it's trying to bring it back down again to level it. So that's pretty dang neat. I kind of like this airplane. So that's the F939 Polecat. I hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.